Disaster Planning and Response Art Rescue is a first responder for the world of art, providing planning, packing, evacuation, conservation, and storage for all your treasured possessions.
Le Cordon Bleu College of Culinary Arts is dedicated to preparing aspiring professionals in the areas of culinary arts, patisserie and baking, and hospitality and restaurant management.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Elysabeth Alfano. In addition to the Fear No Art Chicago TV show on WTTW, look for 2 episodes a month on fearnoartchicago.com. Usually, I interview an artist, but today I'm in the home of art collector Candace Jordan, so I can learn what drives the art of collecting. Candace, thank you for having me in your home.
Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for being here.
This is one of the most gorgeous homes I've ever been in.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Literally every space of what I see is filled with furniture and paintings and paperweights, and it's amazing. When did you start collecting?
Well, my husband and I have been married 21 years, and I've been collecting antiques all my life.
Really?
Oh yeah, since I was in high school.
You know, I've watched you over the years in Chicago, and you're such a mainstay in Chicago. You have your blog, candidcandace.com, and so I wouldn't naturally peg you for an antique person.
No, a lot of people don't peg me for a traditionalist in my home. I mean, they come in, they expect a lot of modern, silver, sleek, black, and leather, and I don't know why, but no, I'm definitely a traditionalist. I love antiques.
So Candace, I see at least 35 paperweights here, and I know they're in other parts of your home. I've seen some more. What made you start collecting paperweights?
Well, it's the rarity of the paperweights, and it's the intricacy of the glass blowing techniques, at the turn of the century. When you look at these paperweights, especially the lampwork paperweights like this Baccarat pansy, and you think that this was done, all these little pieces were done by hand, then they had to be put into this little round orb, and all of it had to be cooled at exactly the right temperature, so there's no cracks in it. And to get a perfect paperweight is like, it's the chances and the odds are staggering, because the paperweights were really for the wealthy. Because before the Industrial Revolution, paper was very rare. And so the companies that created little knickknacks or whatever introduced paperweights to cover the papers that the wealthy like to display on their tables as a show of their wealth.
So paperweights were an accent for the actual collecting of paper.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting. I mean, all the things that go into these paperweights fascinate me.
Yes.
Everyone is completely different. There's no two of a kind. And so I love that about them.
And what are some of the things that you look for in a paperweight that makes you say, okay, I really want that one in my house?
Well, when they're signed, I love them. When they're dated, I love them. Baccarat signed and dated not a lot, but some of their paperweights. I think I have one small paperweight. Oh, this one is signed and dated. It's in there. It says B 1847.
So Baccarat 1847.
Right. So that's a little miniature.
Wow. Now it's amazing how that doesn't age. I wouldn't
No,
guess
it looks exactly the same. I mean, they're I wish my face lasted like these paperweights.
Oh, that's another interview.
And this paperweight came from the New York Historical Society. It's an unidentified butterfly weight. And I just loved it, and I like the fact that they were deaccessioning some of their paperweights, and I thought, well, at least I'll have one from the New York Historical Society.
So in this case, it's not actually what the paperweight is made of or that it has a date, but where it came from.
In some cases, yeah, that does make a difference. Yeah, in that case, in this particular paperweight's case, for sure.
So how is it that you buy your paperweights?
I like auctions, and I particularly have found a lot from the L.H. Selman auctions, and I love those people. They're very friendly, they're very knowledgeable, and they've just got an office in Chicago, and it's fabulous. And so I'm glad that they're keeping the spirit alive, and they have a great array of paperweights, and many of my weights came from there. And my husband and I started collecting books probably 10 years ago or so, and we started with modern first editions.
I just wonder, is it like me with frosting? Why isn't one enough?
Because it's a lot like paperweights. Once you learn a little bit about something, then you think, oh my God, I have these books. Now I have to get these books. Here's another one of the biggies is The Sun Also Rises by Hemingway. This is one of the very rarest books. Next to the Gatsby, this is probably the rarest of the books.
And why is that?
Because scarcity, people usually took the jackets off of all the books, and this is where all the value is in the jacket, more so than in the book.
Why is it the jacket that's so valuable?
I don't know. It's the artwork. It's just the way of the collecting, and it's just
documenting
the way
the time, the era,
and it's got all the copyright things on the pages and the bells and whistles. It's got the prices on them. If they're price clipped, you don't want them. When the Harry Potter films came out, then I got absolutely wired for children's books, and that led from Modern First to my children's book collection.
Oh, I'd love to see that
I'd love to show it to you. She identified who the character was in real life that played Ron Weasley.
Oh,
and so here's her full-page inscription on Father's Day to her dad, and she says Ridley, who Ronald Weasley was, and she drew a little photo. I mean, this is one of my very favorites.
Oh my gosh,
The
so
goblet.
personalized.
Mhm.
So this increases the value, of course.
Absolutely. Signed signatures,
yes.
and then here's another one that she signed to her dad and stepmother. And apparently she must have gotten a bad review in the Sunday Mail because she says, and up the Sunday Mail. And I even have the, this is fabulous, the script
Oh my gosh,
from the
of the
Sorcerer's
first movie.
Stone, signed by all the cast members.
Wow. Oh, and look, they've put their names.
And yeah,
in
like
case-
they didn't know. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe had to put Harry, like you wouldn't know who he was.
Oh my
And the same with
gosh.
Rupert Grint, put Ron under it. So
Wow.
and Richard Harris has passed away. That's his signature.
Oh
so I
my
love
gosh.
this.
So are
Something
these
cool.
hard to get then? I mean, many people must have been bidding on these.
Well, it went within the estimate, so we felt
did?
like we had a
Oh.
fair price.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good. And
yeah.
is that something that matters to you? Getting it at the right price?
Not if you really want it. I'll
so
go
if
to, if I can afford it, I'll go to any price
Is
to
that
get
right?
it. Another one of my favorites is The Hobbit.
Oh.
And it's Tolkien has such a unique signature. It's almost like artwork in itself,
That's his signature. Oh, wow.
which I think was really really
Calligraphy,
beautiful.
sort of.
An
Beautiful.
artist, a true artist.
It's amazing how, its rarity and its condition ends up making a price of $60,000.
Oh no, or more, a lot more. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, I love it.
Do you think of sort of collecting as an addiction?
Well, some people probably could call it an addiction. Yeah, I just have a lust for beautiful things. That's all.
There's an artist and an art collector around every street corner and in a few gorgeous homes. Join me on the next FearNoArtChicago.com as we get into the unique and fascinating world of the independent artist. When you collect and you get so passionate about them, what happens if something breaks or
You
falls?
cry and scream and kick and blame everybody but yourself.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
still looking. My eyes are always peeled. Whimsy knows no bounds in my house. Bye.